Hey, I'm Paula Rojas, and here's your monthly wrap up for June in mining and metals investing. From gold to a silver lining in metals. Let's get into it. So, gold has been hovering the $2,300 per ounce level for about 3 months now. And as markets remain in a rollercoaster mode fueled by rising geopolitics, Goldman Sachs' Christina Manis pointed out in a recent interview that the bank is paying close attention to risk coming from unexpected places such as France. In this environment, it's always fun to remember, at least to me, how gold remains such a small market, right? Comparing how big tech and Apple, the usual leader, it remains tiny, yet it still props everything up when fear is widespread. Perspective should keep us humble, maybe, perhaps. And here we have a detailed analysis of exactly how big is the difference between, these technology leaders and the mining sector and the gold sector in particular. This is from Incrementum, and it's available in their website. And you can also see here how gold, which is what I just mentioned, versus Apple, the difference is big. And this is an incrementum chart, by the way, which is a very good report that you should read if you haven't done so already. Now, copper prices remain strong, but this is becoming clear. The EV theme has lost momentum with weaker than expected car sales globally. Perhaps the energy transition is going to take longer and timeframes will become more realistic. We don't really see this as a bad thing because the task is fundamentally so huge that, perhaps a little bit more time is not such a bad thing. But we do feel that it's too soon to tell for sure. However, just when you thought that headwinds were coming and we were getting in trouble, here's something else to consider: AI. And let me just get back to that in a little bit. As lithium prices remain subdued, Serbia is now giving the green light for Rio Tinto's mine. Europe is now and continue to reverse decades of anti-mining sentiment. It is a slow move, but a welcome one. The catalyst, yeah, we know this. We know you know this answer, and if you do, comment it. Obviously, critical metals. And you can see that this is a piece of news that came out about June 16. And yeah, we'll see how this really moves forward. I tend to be a little skeptical when governments do a massive shift, because we know how difficult that can be. But let's keep an open mind and see if they really mean it. On Nevada Copper, TSXV listed US focused developer filed for bankruptcy after technical difficulties and cost overruns. They have two deposits, and one is an underground, one open pit, and one underground. And the underground mine ran into a lot of water issues and technical problems. They are seeking a buyer, and they took a $60 million loan from Elliott Management. This is the main shareholder of Triple Flag, who in turn are Nevada shareholders. And here's a fun fact: this is Elliott Management is a hedge fund that seized that, let me just say, a bloody naval vessel from Argentina due to missed bond payments. This is, it's going to be interesting to see how they really, operate and navigate this process, because these guys are not easy cookies. They're going to be tough to deal with. So we'll see. And this is highlighting, obviously, going back to Nevada, it highlights the fact that transition into production is never a straight line and sometimes kills the best of intentions. And here's the silver lining: The insane growth in the use of artificial intelligence is causing a spike in semiconductors. NVIDIA, it's been a really well ride, right? But that's not all. AI systems need massive amounts of energy, and a recent study proposed this scenario. If all searches on Google became chatbot interactions, so like ChatGPT chats, the company would need as much power as Ireland to run their service. While this is just a theoretical exercise, it's not something that realistically can happen, at least not in the near term, because they would need to invest, a significant amount of money, billions of dollars, um, and the materials are not really there. The chips are not there to do all these improvements, but it does shed a very big light and spotlight into the situation and how massive this could be. In the end, what it all means for us, we see two things. On the one hand, we'll likely see a lot more nuclear energy generation globally, more nuclear reactors, as fears continue to subside and more countries embrace it after so many decades of fearful avoidance and restrictions. Really, I'm in Australia, and to this day, Australia has so many uranium resources, but we don't use uranium to produce energy in any way, which is insane to me. It's just impossible to understand, to be honest. But the discussion is happening, and we may see news in Australia as well. Hopefully, let's cross fingers. And on the other hand, the king copper, which, as you know, I'm very fond of. I've been around it my whole life, and it's very very a big part of my thesis, my personal thesis for the company, for every company that partners and clients that we work with. Um, king copper will remain crucial to help expand a grid that needs to grow in fundamentally unprecedented ways. And the future is electric, and we can't build it without metals and minerals. Meanwhile, here's what you may have missed from us. On the podcast, we caught up with Dave Kelly of Chakana Copper to review the failed BHP Anglo deal. And it's a very interesting conversation because he actually used to work for BHP years ago. So that's a very good episode that you should definitely check out. And Lucho and I talked and pondered whether $40,000 copper, a $40,000 copper per ton price is on the horizon. If you're a non-geo or you're keen to invest, you'll find over 150 posts and tools on the blog, plus a new section for juniors and vendors, project vendors. If you're looking for deals, sign up for our distribution list. We're looking for different types of assets, and we always have some news over there, so you may want to pop your email. And that's it for now. Let's see what kind of travel we can get into next month. Thanks for watching. You'll find all links mentioned in the description box below and a summary text version of this update on our blog. And also the episode with Chakana Copper with talking about the BHP deal in the final screen. Let me know if you have any questions by leaving a comment here or sending me a DM on X or LinkedIn.